Hello, my fam. As you could tell by the title of this video, my daughter, 6-year-old Mia, poisoned herself for real. This is not clickbait. Thank God she and I live to tell the tale. I will get to that, but first, and just as important, I had a breakthrough therapy session. The most important session since I started working with my therapist again last December. So it's been 7 months now. As we do every time, I began our talk by going over everything that's gone on the last week. And I was proud, I told him, of the work that I've been putting in, the effort on self-care. I've been getting my sleep every single night since I last saw you guys in an update video. There was only one night that I got 7 hours of sleep. Outside of that one night, and that's real good. Outside of that one night, I got 8 hours or 7.5 hours, and I'm proud of that. Also, this weekend, I'm actually leaving the house, and I've got plans, and I'm proud of that. And I've started to work out again, and I haven't missed a day, and I'm proud of that. Even one day when our schedules didn't align with the Zoom class that I do live, because they didn't have it at the usual time, I did an on-demand class. No excuses. I made it happen, and I feel better for it. And honoring my body and where I'm at that moment, if I don't feel like I can mimic and mirror exactly what's being done, I will push myself as much as I can. And I feel good. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I've been going on my walks, and that's added so much peace and healing to my life. But I told my therapist that I still have this knot in my throat, which is different. I never used to hold tension here, but I keep holding tension in my throat, and it concerns me. It scares me when work starts to, or life troubles start to manifest themselves in your body. That is of concern. And this session evolved from talking about my life to in the now to something really transformative, talking about the future. And my therapist asked me a really simple question. What is meaningful to me, and what would my perfect life look like? And don't block it instantly, meaning, oh, that would be great, but it's not realistic. Take that phrase, it's not realistic, out of your vocabulary and just picture your perfect, meaningful life. My life already has meaning, thankfully, because of my children. And when I started speaking, a few things came out without me even thinking about it. It's just what bubbled up. My perfect, meaningful life, the first thing I said was scandal-free, nice, normal, boring, or normal in quotes. Because I followed that up by saying, being on a sitcom where I play a lovable character, that would be beautiful and meaningful. It would allow me to bring laughter to people's lives. It would reconnect me with what I wanted to do 30 years ago when I went to school for acting at New York University. I didn't graduate 30 years ago, but I dreamt 30 years ago of being an actor. So my perfect dream world would be to be on a sitcom. They have weekends off. They have 3 months vacation a year or more, longer sometimes. And that would be nice and normal and boring. And it would allow me financial freedom. It would give me more time to be an even better and more present father. But there are other things that I thought of. It doesn't just have to be that. And he said, start your vision board and write all these circles. In addition to the sitcom, I said I would love to do something with travel, or just to travel more, or even a travel TV show, or a travel TV show that incorporates my children, which would be different. And we could shoot that, 2 months in the summer or 3 months in the summer, June, July, August. Kids are off 3 months. And then that's great because the kids would get to see the world and I don't have to pay for summer camp. And it's just an invaluable way to get an education. And I said, I'd love to do something with children. I'd love to find a way to impart wisdom or share and help young people, not just children, but teenagers as well. I'd love to be healthier, even healthier. Like if I had all the time in the world, I would work out twice a day again. I would really make that much of a focus on my health. I'd work out, my 1 hour workout, or 45-minute workout Zoom. I'd probably go into the gym again because I would have more time. I'd do my workout, then I would go on a hike or a walk for 45 minutes or whatever it might be, to really actually cook and do things. But I still love a lot of what I do. Like I would be happy doing my podcast full time. I just need, right now I'm in a place in my life where I'm still controlled by fear. And I delegate a lot, but I still do a lot myself. I love creating content. I love even this, like to me, doing these videos and my family channel is a way to spread the light and smiles and positivity and relatability. Oh yeah, I've been through that, or I've been through that, or whew, I remember that, or oh, that was so funny, or that's so sweet, or whatever it might be. I really feel like I'm leaving a legacy with these videos here on this channel. But I'm trying to do everything still, and it's running me down. Like all of the promotion of everything is what drives me crazy. And like all of the swipe ups on Instagram, that's what takes the longest time. And do people even look at the Instagram stories to swipe up? It's exhausting. It's soul sucking, to be honest. It is soul sucking. And I'm not exaggerating. It is soul sucking. All the other things that I do, add joy, making silly videos on Reels or whatever it might be. But the more I think about the things that make me happy and this vision board with the circles, the more it can hopefully become a reality. So it doesn't need to happen overnight. It doesn't need to happen now. And I just hope and pray that it all happens before I'm 50. That would be nice. All right. That was amazing. I really feel transformed after this therapy session, and like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and like I could dream again and not just feel like a hamster in the wheel, unable to get off of the wheel. There is a future where I am off that hamster wheel, and I want that. I deserve that, and I need that. Scandal-free, meaningful life. And it's still complicated. It's life. Like I mentioned, my daughter poisoned herself. Every child is its own human being, and they can do things that they don't see any other family member doing. Mia does some things, my 6-year-old, that she never has seen anybody do those things. For example, Mia will eat her fingernails. I don't know where she picked that up. I never ever ate my fingernails growing up, or still don't. Neither does her brother or her younger sister. Mia will even eat her toenails. Ew. So this past week, there were a few days in a row where Mia said, I've got to show you the shirt. Well, I love my golden girls. There were a few days this past week where Mia said she had an upset stomach and that she was not feeling well and she threw up. So I gave her some Pepto-Bismol and I'm like, what's going on? And then my son caught her in the act. Mia is 6 and she should know better, but she got into my Aquaphor. She somehow got my Aquaphor, a chapstick, like a solid stick version of Aquaphor, and she was eating it. She ate it over many nights. And my son saw her eating the Aquaphor one night and then went to tell me, and I'm like, Mia! You could end up in the hospital because of this. Like, how much have you eaten? Like, thankfully, she didn't finish the whole thing, but a good amount of Aquaphor was gone. She ate it. Aquaphor is toxic if you ingest it. That is poisonous. She poisoned herself. And like, I would never imagine she would get that and eat it. Like, so that happened. On the bright side, my son is sleeping in more. He's going through a growth spurt, and hopefully he continues to enjoy sleeping in, especially on Saturdays and Sundays. Please, God Almighty. But his sisters are the ones that need to really sleep in. Hopefully they can start doing that as well. My youngest began with her aide at school to help with her negative attention issues. So that's a positive, even though there's only a few weeks left of school. I'm happy that I made that decision and that I'm going to keep it up. That 21-year-old messaged me. He's like, come on out. No. I was getting ready for sleep in the middle of the week. I'm old. I need to date an old man, like somebody around my age who's like in a similar place in their life. No, I don't need that, but that would be nice. I've been watching a lot of interesting content on YouTube lately as an escape, like these mini documentaries. It's perfect because they're just the right amount of time, like 5 to 10 minute documentaries about fascinating people. One was this woman that has this really rare genetic disorder where she appears years older than she is, even though she's only 16 years old. Another one that I saw recently was, and I'm thankful that I'm starting to see this, and this is coming up more in my recommendations, and not people battling cancer or dying from cancer. I've stopped watching that. I saw this one about this woman that has this genetic condition where she has like 50 orgasms a day, 50 releases. Like she's constantly in a state of arousal. Wow. And it's actually torture for the poor woman. She's in pain. She has to take medication. I saw one about this, actually 2 boys that have this rare genetic disorder named EBA, like the butterfly disease, where the skin doesn't have like this protein that attaches the skin to your body. So they're constantly losing skin and it's peeling off. It's sad. So I'm really grateful. I have to keep reminding that. I have so much to be thankful for. My mother is still here and kicking and getting out and about. Today she went to, which surprised me. She doesn't do this. My mother went to Macy's today and she bought some makeup. She never even wears makeup, but she bought makeup, she said, because all of her old makeup expired because she never wears makeup and she wants to wear it in case she wants to wear it to go out. And I'm like, that's fabulous. Hopefully she meets a man. I would rather my mother meet a wonderful man than me. I have plenty of time to do that. I pray for my mom to have a wonderful man. And I'm looking forward to my getaway. I don't think I mentioned this last week. You know, my friend's wedding is coming up and maybe I did mention it. I don't even remember. It's a brain fart. It's coming up soon, so I'm excited for the getaway to go, celebrate his wedding to his husband. And my sister was like, where are the other friends staying? Are they all staying at a house? Do you want to get an Airbnb with everybody? And I was like, no. I want to stay at a hotel by myself on the beach and just, not expensive actually. I was able to find a hotel on Airbnb, by the way. Airbnb has hotels and it's cheaper than a room in some of these houses. Insane. Like a room at a beach hotel, I found for cheaper or just the same price as some of the Airbnb rooms in a house. Anyways, I'm excited for that. Excited for our vacation that's coming up shortly thereafter. I will give you guys more information on that when we get sooner. And I'm just thankful to be alive and be healthy and to have you in my life. To be doing the work, to be learning, to be growing, to be wanting to do those things. I am. I love you. I thank you. Please, before you leave, watch my podcast on my @Perez Hilton YouTube channel. Watch the podcast. Let's help grow it. If you already listened, watch again. Watch it. Watch the podcast. That's all that I will ask. Have you watched the podcast yet? YouTube.com/Perez Hilton, @Perez Hilton. Watch my podcast. I love you. God bless you. Mwah. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.